Hi guys, so I've just bought a new bike and I tried to do loads of research online and I couldn't really find anything I wanted. So I made this for anyone thinking of buying one. So my old bike was a Canyon, great bit of kit, really enjoyed it. I have done around 15,000 K on it, but yesterday I picked up a new bike. You're in my office at the moment, which is also my sort of little bike shrine, and here it is. This is the Cannondale SystemSix 2021 edition Di2 All Tegras. Off the bat, it's pretty impressive specimen. I've got to be honest, I hadn't seen one in person when I bought it from Sigma Sports in Surrey yesterday. So it is now April 2021. I just bought this bike. I haven't ridden it yet, so I thought I'd do this video just before I, probably get it muddy or dare I say get knocked off or anything horrible like that. So let's do it while this bike is in perfect, pristine condition. So anyone thinking of buying it, this is the 2021 edition. I don't know all the difference between the 2021 edition and the 2020 edition, but there's lots about the 2020 edition. So I'm just going to go into some of the details of this bike that I really like and kind of why I went for it. And some of the little things also I've not noticed while I've had it for the last few hours. So let's dive into it. So first things first. Let's start at the back and work our way around. So these are not 66, not as in these are not wheels. These are not KNOT, and they are 64-inch wheels. Little 64 down there. Just about make it out. There you go. And holograms. And hollow, as in HOLLOW. And the interesting thing about these, actually, that if you squeeze them, there is a lot of give there. So I've been riding Reynolds Assault LEs previously, just there. You squeeze those things, there's absolutely nothing. They're like steel. Brilliant wheels, actually. Brilliant wheels. They've taken a lot of punishment, but there's no give in them whatsoever. These ones, there's quite a lot of give in them. So I'm really excited to see how well this does out on the road. I read the Canyon manual this morning. It says it's up, the frame will fit a rider weight of up to 129 kilos, which is actually 9 kilos more than a Canyon, which I think only goes up to 120. So 129 on this thing, good, excellent. That's good having an American brand made for a few fat lad riders. I'm not sure about the wheels, but again, as the wheels are made by Cannondale for this bike, I assume that we can marry those two together. I'm about 105, 110 kilos. Actually, I'm not sure where I am. I think I'm about 105. So let's see how we do. I'll let you know. So another aftermarket. This comes with 25-inch Vittoria wheels as standard, tires as standard. I personally prefer to ride 28s. I just think the comfort is just a little bit more. So I've put 28s on this. Now, generally speaking, I ride Grand Prix 5000s by Continental, and I've got some really amazing GP 5000s on this Canyon. It's the limited edition Tour de France one, which means they've got two-tone rubber. That's really sexy. I love that. So I may actually end up taking the tires off this one and putting it on here. I've only done, 100, 200K or so on those tires, so they're pretty much brand new. But I've got these ones, same sort of tires actually as on my car. These are Pirelli P0s. I've been reading about them recently, how good they are. They had them in the shop. They were discounted, so I got them put on instead. So these are now 28s, which when you have 28-inch rims, if I zoom in here, that is not leaving a lot of clearance. Now, I've been told you can fit up to 30 on here. So I guess the inside there is quite concave, so you can probably get it in there. There's more room behind the wheel, in that little gap. But as it stands on the face of it, that's about 2 mil gap. So I'm going to stick with 28s for now. Hopefully I won't have any rubbing. The frame seems really strong. Actually, surprisingly quite heavy, the bike as well, which I actually find really reassuring. Hopefully that means that, it's super strong, hence the rider weight of 129 kg. That's a unit riding that bike if you're 129 kg. So let's go down here. So we have got Ultegra Di2s on here. Di2 junction box is at the head unit here, all nicely blocked away. That's really nice. So the Di2s are back here. We've got a 30 by 11 chainring at the back. 28s are generally more common, so 30 is pretty interesting, as well as a 52-36 at the front. So I've never ridden these types of combo before, but we'll take a look at that. And actually, while we're here at the front, that's a really cool front crank, isn't it? That's a really cool crank. Again, made by Hologram, so I assume, well, Hologram is QR code. It wanted the serial number, and the serial number is all the way underneath there. And I didn't fancy just getting the bike upside down just to scan a serial number. But what's really interesting here is that we've got a little Bluetooth Cannondale foot pod. And this, I'm not sure why they ship it, quite frankly, in the world of GPS, but there's a little speed sensor. And what's good about that is that has all the serial details of your bike. So in the app, when I connected via Bluetooth and got the Cannondale speed pod, it gave me all the details, and that's how I could register the warranty and let Cannondale know that I'm the proud owner of this bike. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool if you want to use that. So going on the top tube itself, little mark there, really cool SystemSix logo, and then it just tapers up. And what I really like here is it's got some nice square edges. So if you go down here, you notice it's square there, and then round here. Look at that line. That is so cool. So square, square, tapers up, gets wider, gets wider, gets wider, gets wider. And then it's up, and then it's around. And this is also pretty cool. This has got lines like a fighter jet. So that tapers down and then goes straight down there. And actually, what's really cool about these is they're really chunky bits of carbon. I mean, that down tube is massive. And actually, I thought it was pretty big on the old Canyon, but compared to this looks like a proper racing thoroughbred machine. So I'll let you know how it is for comfort. I've also got the stack up here. So stack's as high as it can go. There's a bit of a, pretty decent delta between the saddle and the stack, but this is as high as it'll go. Again, first ride out, I'm just going to bed in pretty carefully. But this is what it looks like, and this is a really, really integrated one piece, which is kind of cool. Again, and this is modular. So if you want to replace this for a shorter stack, you can. You can even get, if this stack is too much of a reach for you, you can get an angled one. So it comes up at a few more degrees, which means it just lifts the handlebars up just a little bit more. So again, if you didn't want to be super duper aeroed, you've got an option there, which after my first ride today, let's see, I might well go for that option. Sore neck and all that, but that would be great to be able to swap it out. Again, all hologram stuff. So what I really like about this, it's made for the bike, and it's a brand made by the brand who makes the bike. So it's all integrated. I'm sure you can buy hologram stuff on its own or not stuff on its own. Don't know, I'll have to look at that. But it comes with this particular bike. And I'm used to riding a cockpit, right? So in full disclosure, I only bought this Canyon because I absolutely love the cockpit. And I still love the cockpit. That is an awesome place to be. And I've customized it quite a lot. I've got, different bar tape, etc., etc. But the cockpit itself, 42 mil wide. I think it's 42 mil wide, is really, really cool. So any bike I get now, I want that integrated cockpit. This is actually a two-piece, but again, looks really, really cool. I also love the flat tops. I can only ride flat tops these days. If I go for the round ones, I tend to get blisters. Don't know what it is. So flat tops are pretty important to me. So that was a key decision in this. The bar tape looks nice. It's nice and tactile. It's coming away here. Might need to get some good old-fashioned bar tape out on that, but it seems to stick down pretty well. So let's see how it ends. That is pretty ugly. Now you can buy one that sticks underneath. I've seen another tube video where there's something underneath. Now, if we look underneath, you've got somewhere that you can clamp things to. So that's currently hiding the cables, which is nice. But actually, you know what? If I were to plug in, so let's just take this for now. If I were to plug in the Edge 103. Okay, so I've now plugged in the Edge 1030, and actually, 1030 is it's commonly called 103. It actually looks pretty good. If the 1030 is hiding that fairly ugly stand, then actually that is not a bad looking bike. In fact, I'd go as far to say that's a pretty cool looking bike. So there it is. Now at the front, almost exactly the same wheels, just slightly different configuration, obviously, as it's not the drive side. Ultraga discs, pod, Otherwise, that is where we're at, and it's pretty cool. I'll give you a few more sweeping lines. So anyone thinking of buying one, here you are. I'll let you know after the ride, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited. Right, Cannondale, over and out.